This is chapter 145, Dr. Stone. So we got to see who the winner was, and the question I had last chapter was how Rusuke was going to feel about losing to Senku, and we see that he took it really well, and it was kind of it makes sense anyway. So he took his loss like a champ, and he's accepted his defeat, and he's on board with Senku's plan. But we also learned that he's the dude, because obviously Ruski has always been a bit. He's always been very pro-capitalist in a sense. So he's opened up a casino, and he's also opened up a bar. So I thought that was quite funny to think that Senku, because obviously Senku wouldn't invent things like that, and it would obviously be Rusuke, the more business-minded person, to invent stuff like that. So that was very interesting to see. And he also opens the bar as well, so that was very funny. And the whole concept of this is them making some drinks. So we also learn how to make some drinks as well. I don't really know what drink they drink, but they use gum, syrup, yogurt, and lemon. So that was interesting. And this whole chapter was a bit fluffy with the whole cocktail concept. Everyone gets a cocktail, so there wasn't really much story progression in that sense, and the pacing is a bit slow because we don't really move anywhere on the ship. It was just them kind of enjoying the night, which I do enjoy, just seeing them interact with each other. So that was quite interesting to see. And what was quite interesting to see was Tosuga. He also gets a cocktail as well, but he doesn't really interact with any of the characters. This is one panel of him, like that's it, and everyone gets a drink as well. We can see that Gen gets his cola drink as well, and I thought this kind of got my eyebrows raised a little bit. How Yuko mentions that everything fell almost too perfectly in place, and we get this little panel with Gen's eyes, kind of shows that maybe he was up to something the whole time. And yeah, I never realized, but Gen was manipulating us as well, because it turns out the way Yuko is kind of portraying it, that Gen was the one who who's been controlling things from behind the scenes the whole time, manipulating Senku and Ruski into coming up with a plan, and also to get everyone on board with the quicker voyage plan. So, so in a sense that this kind of suggests that what do you call it? Gen was the mastermind behind the whole which side should they go for anyway, with the whole poker match and everything. So the whole the true mastermind was Gen the whole time, and the way that he's managed to open up the casino as well, and also he's managed to get everyone on board with the quicker plan. So in a sense that he was on Team Senku the whole time, but you can see that he was a bit salty about losing to Senku, because he was trying to win, but obviously Senku outsmarted him in the end. So you can definitely see that. So I thought that was the main highlight of the chapter, learning that Gen was the mastermind between the two of them. And we now know that there's 40 days to the US. So how long is this going to take? And I thought the funniest part of the chapter was at the end, where I forgot what he's called, but the police cop, that he he says not a single drop of booze was mentioned in the end. So that was quite funny as well. And yeah, there was a lot of comedic values in this chapter, such as how the cop guy and Genru have become compulsive gamblers because they've lost. We can see one of them's won, so he wants to win more, and the other guy, he's lost, so he wants to what do you call it, break even by trying to win his losses back. Two gambling cycles, and those are two of the most common gambling what do you call it, cycles that you can fall into. So that was quite interesting to see how that was shown as well. And yeah, and one more thing which I found quite funny was a disclaimer from the author, and I forgot who the author of the show is. Let me find out really quick. Or where is it? There we go. So the author is Ricardo Iganaki. Okay. Riccio. I'm just gonna call him Riccio then. So Riccio, and there's this really funny moment when they're making obviously the drink. The He says, "Don't try this at home; you could die." So I really love that little disclaimer, and I thought that was pretty funny that he had to put that in, because there's obviously going to be some idiot out there who's going to try and make this drink and drink it for themselves, and it could go colossally wrong. So that was a little nice disclaimer there. And yeah, this chapter was really good, but in terms of pacing, it was garbage. There was none indeed, and I didn't really enjoy how everyone got a cocktail because I thought that was a bit pointless, you know. But I really enjoyed little Gen's interaction with Yuko and how we learned that he was the mastermind behind all of that. That's probably the highlight of the chapter, and I'm looking forward to what the next chapter has in store for us. And how many chapters do you think it'll take before we get to USA? 40 days. And how how many days is 40 days going to translate in manga time? So that's another thing to worry about as well. Bye.